If you are tired of giving number of attempts in this UGC NET psychology examination, you are giving attempts and attempts but still not able to qualify, the number one primary reason which is you are going to witness right now. First of all, this question is from your UGC NET psychology session 2021 and see what has happened in 2023. Do you find any similarity? If yes, then what is the similarity over here? This is from your December 2023 session. Okay. They are asking about autocratic behavior, and as you can see, it is mentioned over here as well, autocratic behavior, but the paper is your 2021. Welcome back all of you once again to the channel. This is our part number 12 and you are watching 2021's complete solved paper. If you have not yet watched the videos till 11th part, then make sure that you have watched all the parts till 11th, because right now the next question which you are going to witness is related to all these 11 parts. So if by any chance, by any means you miss any of these parts, it is not recommended. It will not be a healthy investment for you if you miss the previous parts. Okay, so let's start and we will talk about first of all from our part number 11. In part number 11, we have discussed about one question on our metacognition. Okay, so what if you have studied completely about metacognition after 2021 paper and you are sitting for your next exam and this question comes up. This question is saying that which of the following is not a metacognitive activity. The things are very similar to what we have studied in the previous part of our 2021 series. Okay. So first of all, wondering how one could have been mistaken. It is just the elaborative version of all those things, reflecting on our own thinking process, theory of mind, and communication one's present postal address. Okay, so if you have watched the previous one, you will get to know, you will get to understand that how this question is related to this model which we discussed in the previous video. Okay, we discussed about these three things considered under metacognitive: regulation, encoding. Not encoding was not the answer over there, but declarative knowledge and all those things, it is exactly what is mentioned over here. So how you will solve this question? Just based on your PYQ knowledge, and that's it. You don't need to study hefty, costly books. Just doing the PYQ in a right way will help you still in this examination very quickly and very speedily. Now, in the last video, we were till question number 58. And now, which of the following characterizes cognitive dissonance? So, cognitive dissonance theory is given by whom? Given by 1957 in the year Leon Festinger. Okay, so it was given by Leon Festinger in 1957, this CD theory. Now, first of all, this is a easy question, by the way. This is a easy question if you know complete things about cognitive dissonance and the experiment of that $1 and $20. Okay, so in which group we will have the more dissonance, in the $1 or in the $20? That is the main criteria which those guy wanted to study. But right now we will understand and we will learn some things for this cognitive dissonance as well, which will be helpful, more helpful for your upcoming examination. Okay, so first of all, the statement is saying that dissonance often occurs in situations involving forced compliance. Okay, so as a beginner we don't know about this thing. Okay, we don't know it includes or not. Attempts to resolve dissonance are reflected in increased cortical activity. We don't know about this. Dissonance cannot be reduced directly but only by adding cognitions that justify our behaviors, and we are having a siren over here. Dissonance is stronger when we have little justification of our attitude, inconsistent behavior. We don't know about this. But if we completely understand or if we completely try to figure out what the statement C is trying to say, dissonance cannot be reduced. First of all, it is a very hefty statement, very heavy statement. They are continuously, I mean, they are straightly saying cannot. Okay, so first siren over here, cannot be reduced directly but only by adding cognitions that justify our behaviors. Okay, but only by adding cognitions that justify our behavior. So as soon as you read this statement, you thought or you will think that okay, this statement is going to be completely wrong, because either we can change our attitude by changing our cognition, or we can change our behavior as well. You will find in any general psychology book this particular thing, even in the NCRTs as well. Okay, if you will find NCRT, in the NCRT also it is mentioned either you change your this thing or you change your this thing. And what they are saying, they are saying dissonance cannot be reduced. We cannot reduce dissonance directly means behavior one, but only by adding cognition. So they are saying that we can do by this thing but we can't do the dissonance reduction by this particular thing, and this is completely a wrong statement. Okay, this is pretty basic, pretty easy. Even a beginner will understand this, what it is happening over here. Of course, if he or she had studied about cognitive dissonance, then only. Okay, even not knowing all these things is completely okay. Okay, you are not there to read, or you are not there going by knowing all the statements. It is not humanly possible, because next time also you will find some new words, paragraphs, phrases, and all those things. But the basics will remain correct. And as soon as you eliminate this thing, let's try. This is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You got the correct answer. Even if you don't know what these things are doing, but just by knowing this thing, that okay, we can change our dissonance, it can be reduced by our behavior also, or by adding cognitions also. There are more than one things. Just apart from these adding cognitions, you will be able to mark this answer correctly. Now tell me, was this question a difficult one or the easy one? You are worried about knowing this thing, knowing this thing, knowing this thing, which is great. Okay, but for getting those 2 marks, you just need to clear your basics. That's it. Those guys are not jealous of you. Okay, they want you to pass. They want you to pass the exam. They want you to clear this examination and achieve heights in your life or in your career. But at least you should have your basics clear. Okay. Okay, so what you understood, CD is a theory, cognitive dissonance is a theory, but obviously it will talk about your cognition, nothing for your that behavior and the childhood trauma and all those things. Okay, now given by whom? Given by Leon Festinger in 1957. It is part of your unit number 8, social psychology. Then it uses cortical activity, increased cortical activity, pretty obviously. And then it is also having forced compliance. Okay, forced compliance as well. And where you can read this forced compliance, you will get to read about this forced compliance in the K book. Okay, called as the Kaplan. So it is not suggested that for this one single word you will go and read all this book, but you know the main things ABC. Now, so the correct answer over here is, what is the correct answer? Dissonance often occurs. Dissonance often occurs in situations involving forced compliance. When you are forced to do something, it will include a dissonance. Okay. So what it can be a forced compliance. You don't want to do what you don't want to. But we can say yes. What a prime example. You don't want to marry this girl or boy. Okay, whatever it the case may be. But your parents are telling you that okay, if you don't do this thing, we will hung on the fan. Okay, like that. So what it is now, it is a dissonance happening in you, and you will go and whatever the rest of the case, it's just a, we can say, a fictional story. Okay, so now you are in a complete dissonance. And why it is often occurs in situations involving forced compliance. So this is clear. Okay, now it will include in CD. Next is attempts to resolve dissonance are reflected in increased cortical activity. Okay, so number of activities happening in our brain, and it will also lead to our increased cortical activity. Fair enough. Then dissonance cannot be reduced. No, it can be reduced. So this is the wrong one. And dissonance is a stronger. Now you need to note about this. Dissonance is a stronger when we have little justification for our attitude, inconsistent behavior. Just remember as it is, and next time if the question comes, you will be able to score easily. Correct answer over here is option number second, A, B, and D only. C option is never going to be the answer. Now, next question is our, which among the following does not refer to social referencing? Social referencing, you might be hearing this term for the very first time. Receive, you know the meaning of reference, and you know the meaning of social. Okay, so try to just associate that, and then we are good to go. First of all, it occurs around the age of 2 to 3 years. Okay, we don't know about this thing. Intentional search for information about others feelings to help explain the meaning of uncertain circumstances, events. Okay, we don't know about thing. Infants make use of facial expression in social referencing. We don't know. Infants need to understand the significance of others' behavior within the context of a specific situation. Okay. We don't know, out of these four statements, we don't know anything about each other. Okay. We are completely null. We are completely blank reading this question. Okay. How to solve this now? Okay. The question is saying, out of these, which of the following does not refer to social referencing? Okay. So out of these, one of the following is not a concept of your social referencing. All right. Now over here, if we look on option number C and option number D, talking about infants. Okay, now infants make use of facial expressions in social referencing. Okay, social means apart from us, or we can say other people as well, okay, including that. And referencing means, are having any reference, or they somehow related or not. Okay, now Infants need to understand the significance of others' behavior within the context of a specific situation. Don't worry about this thing. Just think of this question as soon as you see this thing. Just try to remember infant and parent. Your relationship with your parent plus caregiver. So from where this question is coming, again it is coming from the C book. You would have obviously studied about the attachment style. Infant love to his parents, caregiver, strange situation, Mary Ainsworth. All these things are included in this particular question, but in a different context. Okay, they have just changed a name little bit. Social referencing asked a difficult topic, but the thing remains the same. The basics remains the same. Attachment style you should know. Strange situation, Mary Ainsworth you should know, and who is a caregiver, who is an infant, and who is a parent. Okay, now if we think of this on that perspective, infants make use of facial expressions in social referencing. We can think of this thing that okay, they will use their facial expression to pursue, or we can say to persuade their caregiver. Okay, take me in your arms and give me food and things like that. Okay, infant, we are talking about infant now. Infants need to understand the significance of others behavior within the context of a specific situation. Again that same thing, infant and caregiver thing is going on over here as well. Caregiver can be a mother, parent, or someone xyz guardian also. Okay, so CD is going to likely be an option if we are confused. Okay, we don't know anything about this thing, but if we go from this theory, Mary Ainsworth, strange situation, attachment styles, and all those things, we can conclude that okay, C and D will be the answer. I mean, it is related to the social referencing situation. Okay, now it occurs around the age of 2 to 3 years, and here why I am saying common sense comes in the picture. Okay, if we conclude this thing that okay, C and D are correct, C and D are correct. Okay, but the question is asking about does not refer to. It is asking about does not refer to. Just try to think, is a infant equals to 2 3 years of age? Just try to think on this. Is a infant of a is equals to 2 3 years of age? It is not equal. An infant is not equals to 2 3 years of age. If you have this much of common sense, you can apply this thing in the exam hall. You will be able to get the answer as it occurs around the age of 2 3 years, and this is only the correct answer over here. B only. Okay, everything A, C, and D are included under the social referencing head. You can read again, but it occurs around the age of 2 to 3 years. It is not possible. I mean, it does not occur in the 2 3 years. It is occurring in the infant stage only. When the child, sorry, not child, when the infant is just born to 11 to 12 months, max to max 15 months. Okay, 1.5 year. That's it, we will call it as an infant, but after that it is not an infant anymore. It is a baby of 2 3 years of age. Okay, so this way also you can solve, but it is little tricky. But if you can see after reading this question, nobody has read about social referencing, honestly. Okay, nobody has. But infant, okay, facial expression, understand the significance of others behavior, what all these are instinctual to you, or what are all these are calling from your brain, which theory it can be mostly related to. Okay, it will be mostly related to the Mary Ainsworth, strange situation, attachment styles, ball boy, and all those things. Okay, or you can also say that okay, emotions are also associated with it. Then definitely if you are saying about emotions, you will be doing the wrong thing again in the exam hall. Okay, so don't worry, correct answer is your option number second. I mean, it occurs around the age of 2 3 years, so option number one is the correct answer over here. Why? Which among the following does not? It is asking about does not refer to social referencing. So this is not a social referencing. Now, intentional search for information about others' feelings to help explain the meaning of uncertain circumstances and events. Okay, whatever it can be, but we found our answer. C and D are most related. Make sure that you read Mary Ainsworth, strange situation, and that attachment styles. Okay. In the recent exam, June 24, also they have asked about low warmth and all those attachment styles. Okay, so it is important. Correct answer is first B only. It is, this question is not that much important, but I just wanted to show you how you can apply some common sense and just thinking on infant and these things, these terms, it will help you in exam hall. I bet you, if you watch all the complete videos, the way you will be solving the questions in exam, it will be way different than the previous attempts. Okay, so now what is the next thing? Next thing is I wanted to show you how you can do this thing, Mary Ainsworth and that attachment style. Okay, so that from this paper also that thing is also covered. Now moving forward to next question, that is our C. See which of the following categories were given by Skinner for different verbal responses in terms of how they are reinforced. Now, many of you would think that okay, how Skinner is related to our LD, that is called as the language development. How it is related to language development, but eventually this guy Skinner, BF Skinner, is related to our language development also. Plus one more name. Now see Noam Chomsky. Okay, so as soon as you heard this Noam Chomsky, what comes in your mind? Innate capacity. Okay, innate capacity of us to acquire language. We are also having a language acquisition device, and we are born with what? Universal grammar. And this was a recent question in June, not June, in 2023 as well. Okay, that is why it is important. Now, which of the following categories were given by Skinner for different verbal responses in terms of how they are reinforced? Man, tact, echoic behavior, autocratic behavior. So this was the time when you will mark all this option and it is your answer will be correct. Okay, but now these days this type of questions are rarely asked. But leave this man, leave this tact. As soon as you hear this echoic behavior, something might click in your mind. If you read about this autocratic behavior also, it is okay. But what is the correct answer? Correct answer is your option number 4. Which of the following categories were given by? So the Skinner, BF Skinner gave these 4 categories: MTEA, or we can say meta. Okay, meta, manned, echoic behavior, tact, and this autocratic behavior. And I want to showcase this thing that right now this autocratic behavior, this was asked recently in December 23 examination. So if you wondered what is autocratic behavior, let's jump over here. This is the autocratic behavior. Okay, autocratic behavior refers to December 23. What is the correct answer? Correct answer is option number 1. What it is? A grammatical framework or grammatical for verbal behavior. Verbal behavior book by your BF Skinner. Verbal behavior. See the things are mentioned in the PYQs only. Verbal behavior. Just verbal responses. Just playing with some words. Verbal responses, verbal behavior. I hope you can associate this much. Autocratic behavior. Autocratic behavior, verbal behavior or verbal responses. A grammatical framework for verbal responses is also okay. So now you will understand, okay, if any day, anytime, next day, next year, in your entire life, you will never forget what is autocratic behavior. Autocratic behavior is a type of response given by whom? Given by B.F. Skinner, and he is talking about what? A grammatical framework for our verbal behavior. How we will behave verbally, it is a grammatical framework. Now, okay. Now this thing, a person who works alone, behavior for the benefit of oneself, and these are different things. But the question is asking you about autocratic behavior. How you found this question? You found this in 2021 if you have done properly. So, autocratic behavior given by B.F. Skinner, and what it is a grammatical framework for our verbal behavior. Now, what is the echoic behavior? Let's suppose this is a speaker and this is a person who is listening. He will speak blah blah blah. He will also speak blah blah blah, and like a echo, it will sound like, okay, like a echo. So this Skinner also told about this thing that okay, which of the following categories were given by? It was given like meta. Okay, so you will understand this mnemonic now. Why meta? Because it is very famous in the recent times. So manned, tact, echoic behavior, and your autocratic behavior. So I hope next time they will ask you about echoic behavior. So be prepared for that. If you are watching this video, you are pretty safe. You will never miss any questions from all these 12 parts and all the upcoming parts. So what is the correct answer over here? Option number 4, A, B, C, and D only. Now let's move forward to the next question. Which of the following are the performance subtest of WAIS? Which of the following are the performance subtest of WAIS? See, this question can be solved. This question can be solved with common sense only. It does not mean that you need to know completely about what is WAIS. You need to understand, you need to know each and everything about WAIS. It is complete BS. Okay, so let's start. Which of the following are the performance subtests? Now, WAIS stands for your Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, a scale used for your intelligence, which is the mean of what? Mean of your 15 and your SD of 100. Okay, so if you can correct this on your own, then you are good to go. Okay, so the mean is of 100 and your standard deviation is for your 15. Okay, so this is the correct thing, and if you draw like this, you will get the percentile scores and all those things which have been repeated numerously a number of times again and again for that NPC score. Now, which of the following are the performance? I hope you know the meaning between the performance one and the verbal one. Okay, now digit span, first of all, it is not what? It is not, see, digit span used for your memory and all those things, it is not a performance subtest. Okay, so A option will eliminate. As soon as you eliminate A option, you are left with only second and third one. Now you only need to know, see, digit symbol and object assembly are the performance subtest because C and D only. You just need to find out now that is similarities a performance subtest or not. And to solve this similarities is a performance subtest or not, you have to read some books, you have to have some little bit of knowledge. Okay, but see, digit span is pretty simple. You can eliminate this thing pretty easily. A thing is eliminated, you are left with option second number and third number. Now for similarities, we will refer to the ebook, which is pretty awesome, pretty good. And if you have not yet this book purchased, then the link is given in the description. Please yourself. Now if you will come, name of the verbal subtest we are looking into, the digit span and the similarities one. That is why option number second is eliminated from there. And what is going to be the correct answer? Option number C, kada, and option number D. Okay, so the object assembly and one more thing, see, it is mentioned over here right there, digit symbol coding test and the object assembly test. Okay, that is why sometimes common sense works, sometimes your knowledge will also fetch you marks. So what is the correct answer? Digit span and similarities are the verbal one. Digit symbol and object assembly are the performance subtest of the WAIS. Okay. Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale. C and D are the correct options over here. Now coming forward to next question, question number 54. This we are not going to solve. Which of the following in learning environment are considered to be true about school success? This is one of the question which is of 2 marks and which has never repeated again. So don't waste your precious time over here. Correct answer is your option number 3. Very high goal setting is necessary to motivate and study. If you can just read simple words and apply common sense, you will be able to get this answer. Okay. What is the correct answer? Correct answer is your option number 3, A, C and D only. Okay. Why in learning environment considered to be true about school success? 1, 2, not 2, 2 is not 1, 3 and 4. Okay. So right answer is your A, C and D only. The self image is vital to learning. Success experience is a function of challenge. Child's spiritual identity is vital to learning. Okay. So these are all are the correct options over here. Don't worry, it will never repeat. Never, never, never. Okay. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. That is our interesting one, and it is talking about the which among these is correct for cyberbullying. Okay, cyberbullying. It involves disinhibition, lesser role of bystanders, ability of targets to retaliate is more, no evidence left behind. What do you think will be the correct answer for this question? Make sure that you comment down below. See you all in the next part. That is going to be your part number 1-3, in which we will discuss our question number 5-3, and we will try to find out how this question cyberbullying is coming from here unit number 10. And after this exam, this question has never been repeated again, but it is a good question, interesting question. It might get again in your exam. Okay, so we will discuss in our next part, that is going to be your part number 13. If you have not watched the previous one till 1 to 12, make sure that you watch all those parts because you will get immense knowledge, immense vision from there, how you should do the approach in the upcoming exams. Okay, all right, see you all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure that you like the like button and hit the subscribe button and join the Telegram channel as well. And if you don't have the ABC books, then the links are given in the description. Please yourself. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a nice day ahead. Take care and make sure that you join on the Telegram to get some more insights about this particular examination. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.